And we're back. So we've got a crew, and we've got a bunch of characters. But yeah, can everyone edit their Roll20 character sheet to include? So in your character Roll20 sheet, there's an edit button in the top right. Can you put it so that it's got your character name, the character's pronouns, and your name for like the player, so that we've got that as easy reference for each other. And I will quickly, because I just thought of this. Cherry's character's name is Orovs. Orov's pronouns, are they them or she, her?
Or they, she.
They, she.
Just they, she.
Evie is playing as
Ren with
Ren.
a W.
Ren. Using she, her pronouns?
Yes, please.
Cammy is playing as Tinkan with he, him pronouns. And DC is playing as Fane with he, him pronouns. Cool. Now the overlay is updated. Great.
Cool.
Awesome. So, did we have feelings about a name for the ship?
I would like to propose a name for the ship, which is it's a little bit lame and me central, but I like single name ship names. So I would like to propose that we call the ship Rhapsody, because Rhapsody is a piece of music that is all one movement. So it's like all one story, but it's divided into pieces that are episodic.
That's
like
gorgeous.
Our stream story.
And then we get to make a lot of Queen
lame.
references.
I hope so. That is my eternal hope, just for life in general, really.
Are we calling it Rhapsody?
Thought you were gonna say that you were going to name it Rhapsody because we have so many blue people.
No, but what an extra bonus!
I don't get that joke.
It's a jazz joke. That's
All right.
a lame.
Oh, I think we've named the ship.
Jazz joke. Yay!
Awesome. I want to check out, because I was looking up things and I needed to check in what kind of... Where do we want to start? Because I feel like... Because we started last one, where's the iota system? That's kind of central. Yeah, cool. Let's start on Indri then. The description is actually, yeah. So there's this incredibly we start on this incredibly large like bus type thing. It's like a hover barge with like people all crammed in together. And everyone's wearing gas masks because the air here is like full of like like particulate and like so there's like a kind of a blue, green, gray like snowflakes of some kind of ash or something like falling down on people as they move through this as they move along on this barge between these huge industrial buildings on either side, and the barge like comes up to like a light that's like, you know, just like a traffic light saying stop, don't go any further, and it pulls up, and then yeah, like a giant set of pistons move between one building and another, as large amounts of like some kind of industrial cargo are being transferred from building to building. And yeah, you make your way, and the four of you are like packed into this this barge that like continues on, and then makes its way to like a small market in amongst the like the alleyways and things of this giant industrial city that is all around you. Above, I think, is Indri a moon or is it a? Let me check. Yeah, no, it's a planet. So yeah, I think we see like thick rust-colored clouds all above us, and like the thin outline of like a moon in the sky that has its own set of rings. And then that disappears behind like a giant advertisement for like some kind of like enjoyable beverage that you will find refreshing here on that is made here on Indri. Yeah, exactly, right. And everyone piles off of this barge, and you find yourself like getting caught up in the flow of public transport. And your friend Sharik is a member of the what were the thieves called? Is a part of the Bornico syndicate, and Sharik is here being like to help you out on this mission, and is like and points towards like a nearby alleyway. And it's like, we're going to meet our contact there. They should be in a class 1 transport. Don't worry, it's going to be very safe. We're going to be very quiet. No one's going to find us. We're just going to go in. We're going to get the eyepiece, and we're going to leave. Easy as, not a problem. And yeah, just as he's saying this, a class 1 local transport passes overhead, gets shot at from the ground, gets shot at, catches fire, and then spirals into a nearby like clerical building where it just like crashes into it. Yeah, and Tariq is like, well, there goes our contact. We gotta get that. We gotta go in there and get that fast. Well, this wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, and so there's this clerical building nearby that is you see like a whole bunch of like people in like in high collared like suits and things that like start like piling out and being like, oh god, someone crashed into our building. It's such a tragedy. It doesn't happen all the time here in space. But yeah, Sharik is like tells you like, I'm going to go and see if I can crack these systems. Make sure that you can get past security. You have to, but you need to go and find the eyepiece. And yeah, what do you do? You're in a crowded marketplace, and yeah, a nearby building is on fire.
Cool.
And we have to go into the building.
Okay.
Well, apparently the eyepiece, which you know is like it's a cybernetic eye.
Cool.
That is like top secret, like it's a top secret research piece. The person carrying it is apparently now in this building.
Okay, so the ship has crashed into the building and is now inside the building.
Yeah, it's kind of half hanging out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, great.
Yeah. There's a thing that's like there's like a sign that just says like gray dwarf, and now it's like just blinking from like being like bright and happy to now be like zzz, zzz, now that it's yeah. People around are starting to panic.
Oh my gosh.
Sharik
okay, well,
Sharik is like
I
just
want to
beelining away.
Great. Cool.
So they're going to somewhere else to get us through security?
They're a hacker. they're gonna try and make sure that you're listed on the. They're gonna try and get you so that you're not gonna be picked up by the security on the in the Great Wharf building.
Cool. And doing a move that I feel is pretty common for Ren, which is like, excuse me, everyone, get out of the way. Military here. You know, move on through. And she's just basically like taking control, forging a path through the crowd so that the rest of you can kind of follow her through.
Cool. Yeah, and you want to like make your way up to the building and like head inside without anyone like fucking with you.
Yeah, basically, it's the bluff of I'm supposed to be here. We're supposed to be here. We're very calm people in the face of this panic.
That sounds like a command role.
Cool. All right.
I think
how does
that
work?
I think this sounds like it's risky in that like you might get some people are going to be like not a huge fan of this, and maybe like and you might get unwanted attention.
Okay.
But I think it's so that's your. I'm just talking through. Yeah. So position is risky. Effect I think is standard, right? Like this. So if you want to roll it, you've got 1 dot in command, I think.
I have 1 in command. Yeah.
Yep. So if you click on the word command there, it'll come up with a thing asking you for your position. So your position is risky.
Oh,
I think
okay,
your effect is
submit.
So your effect, if you're successful, standard, right? It's not going to be amazing, but it's also not going to be limited.
Sure.
Okay. And if you wanted to get bonus dice, there are some options there. You could push yourself, which is where you spend 2 stress to do like really, really well. Someone else could spend a stress to assist you, or you could spend a gambit, which starts at 2 for us. Where have I got gambits listed on the sheet on the Rhapsody?
What is a gambit exactly, and how to?
So a gambit is where's gambit listed? Gambits we have 2 to start with, unless because DC took the Xeno ability, not the gambit ability. Yeah. Sorry, Cherry, were you saying something?
Were we supposed to start with any stress?
No, you don't start with any stress.
Okay.
Yeah. But when your stress gets full, then there's problems. So yeah, you would take 2 stress to push yourself, or take 1 stress to help someone else. Yeah. Gambits. You add a gambit when you roll a 6 or a critical on a risky action, or and you didn't spend a gambit on a bonus die. So like basically when you do something risky, and you roll really well, you get a gambit.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't think that I want to add anything. Does anyone want to assist? No, we're cool. All right.
I want to keep my head down.
Okay.
I don't know if I could. If I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you're the important looking human here, so.
Yeah, for sure. That's fine. So no bonus dice. Let's roll it out.
All right. So 6 is a success. 4 and 5 is success with consequence. 3 is not so good.
Whoa, it's not so good.
Okay. Let me bring up there's a cheat sheet here. I need. Consequences. Let's see. What is the consequence here? I think as you're like trying to make your way through, and you're like calling this being like move aside, military, all these sorts of things. I think the police who like are hanging around the system police who are hanging around this space have already started to cordon off the area, and so so like as you come up and they're like like coming through military here, they're like I'm sorry, this is a restricted space. If you don't have any papers, or a badge, you'll have to move back behind the cordoned area. Thank you very much. And like
Cool.
you can hear the sound of like sirens as like more support people, maybe firefighters probably on their way. But yeah, this policeman is like being very polite and like, I understand that this is a very stressful situation. We're going to do a full count. We will report casualties if and we'll make sure that everyone is out and safe very soon.
Thane is gonna step forward and put on his most official, super secretive, lying face.
Yeah.
And say, "You're doing a fine job here, officer, but you know that there are certain levels of government that don't carry papers for reasons to protect themselves. What's inside of that building? We need to go and quarantine as quickly as possible. The firefighters, when they arrive, by the time they get here, will be in and out. But I need you to participate here. Otherwise, you could be putting the lives of not only the people around here, but the entire city at risk. Now move it."
Amazing. I love it. All about it.
Tasty.
What action are you rolling? What action do you think that is?
Sway.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Yeah. I think this is desperate. They're gonna think that you're maybe connected to this accident if they pick up on you. And yeah, it's desperate limited, right? Like in that they're going to be like, you need to be, if you succeed, then they're going to be upset if you're not the fastest thing alive, right? Like if you don't get in and out straight away.
Okay. I'm gonna push myself.
For an extra dice? Or to increase your effect?
Nice.
I want to increase my effect. What increase in effect look like? I get a little bit.
That would
more
take us
time?
from limited to standard, so they're not going to be tracking you for like, and I think in limited they might send someone along with you even.
Okay, so my special ability, I am generating a gambit because we're on a desperate roll. So can I use that on my next one, or can I use it on this
that would
one?
be on the next one, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going for standard.
Yeah, so spinning 2 dice to get your effect up to standard. Cool.
Is anyone going to assist me?
It sounds like sounds like Evie's in a position.
Yeah, I kind of want to just by standing my ground generally and being like, okay, well now you got the boss involved. Good job.
Yeah.
My
cool.
general scary demeanor, I think, is assisting here.
Yeah, definitely.
So does that mean I spend a stress?
You
Is that
spend
how
a
that
stress
works?
to help out. Yep.
Cool. Yep.
Cool. All right, so that gets you a bonus dice, DC.
Go, buddy.
Okay.
So this is what?
Yeah.
Nice. So we gain a gambit, because yeah, we do, and that's a critical success. Fuck yeah. They're like, of course. I'm really sorry for that. I haven't worked one of these. Barry, have we got one of those? Yeah. Cool. Excellent. And like hands you like and is like, are these also part of the team? I've got 4 of these emergency rescue badges.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah, and so like he hands out these like these badges that mark you as official rescue team workers, and it's like not to be fucked with.
Just so none of you keep asking questions, I don't want anyone to have to report to my boss.
And he's like, yeah, no, obviously, yeah, well, no, obviously we're not going to interfere. I'll keep the firefighters out here. Wait until you're back out, and then once you're back out, they can go in and try and save if anyone's alive or
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
What's your name?
my name is Hans.
Tunts, I'll put in a good word for you when we're out of here. Good
Oh,
cooperation.
awesome. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I haven't worked one of these before. I just happened to be on the. I've got the training, emergency training. But anyway, I'll get out of your way. Yeah, and yeah, and like as he's doing so, he turns and like starts to like usher out a woman. Like a woman like runs out of the building on fire, flailing. And yeah, he's like, okay, I need you to calm down. Yeah.
Just roll around, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I walk inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop, drop and roll.
Yeah. So inside this entire building is like a scene of chaos. And the like there's like people there's like people who are like injured on the floor and all these sorts of things, and like people trying to like help get people out and all this sorts of stuff. And yeah, you make your way like up the stairs to where the like ship has crashed into the thing. And yeah, there's fire everywhere. You can see the ship like in amongst all the debris. But like yeah, if you weren't wearing like the gas masks, you'd be having trouble breathing from the smoke. The visibility is really low. And yeah, and in amongst the like shadows of the like fire and the silhouettes of the smoke, you see like something glowing orange and just go like in like a thrumming, and then like that figure kind of half resolves itself into a humanoid, and it like the silhouette resolves itself into a humanoid and like reaches out and then like falls flat.
A lot of people dying today.
So
Is it like from the smoke though, or is this person on fire?
Oh, well, they don't seem to be on fire, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So the orange thrumming was coming from the person that just fell over?
It's on them, yeah. On their head.
Cool.
Aha. Convenient. Let's hustle over there.
Okay, cool. That sounds like I mean, yeah. What are you doing about the fact that it's on fire? Are you just gonna run through it, or are you gonna? What's the dealio?
Yeah. Can we see any kind of like inbuilt fire system, like an office building in here?
That sounds like your. Oh, we don't have that in this game. I'm getting confused about which games we're doing.
Perception stuff.
Yeah, right. Like, how do you like? I mean, there aren't any sprinklers going off currently. I think there are sprinklers, but they're not currently doing anything.
I will rig the sprinklers.
That's the way.
I want to find the wall bit for them and touch it with my hand machines.
Arav will help with this because Arav feels currently extremely useless in this scenario.
Yeah, Arav, your suit is like showing like toxic chemicals in air. Heat in air is above normal temperature. Oxygen levels of air are unusually low, right? Like all of your life support things are being like, there is a problem. Did you know there's a problem?
It's just beeping and annoying everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so mark a stress, Cherry, to help. And then yeah.
So in this game, it doesn't matter like what skills you have if you're helping. It's just a stress.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
what is my position?
Your position is risky in that actually no, it's desperate because of things you don't know about. But it's risky limited. That's what it is. The thing is reducing your effect, not increasing the danger. So, yeah. And yeah, you've got bonus from the help.
Should I? You shouldn't have told me about the thing, but okay, I'll do this.
Well, the reason I'm telling you that is so that you can make informed decisions about it as a player. A 5 is a success, just with the thing. Yeah, I think this is you're going to you're going to have to stay here and like keep it on the whole time because you're currently manually pumping the sprinklers. So if you want the sprinklers to run, you need to be putting the energy in because the power to the whole building's emergency systems, including emergency sprinklers, emergency lighting, and emergency surveillance, have all been cut.
Can I use some gear here?
What's it do?
So, as a mechanic, I get a genius pet. Incapable of speaking, but can understand language and assist you with basic tasks. Likes you, really cute, anticipates your actions. Is it something familiar, like a dog or a cat or a small alien creature? I think it's a servo skull. It's a hovering skull with like little jetpacks and antenna and stuff and little manipulator hands. Can I use that to operate this machine, this system now that I've got the system going?
Yes. You know that it's going to like the amount of energy required to keep this thing going is going to like your skull is going to like get tired real quick. But so that's the kind of like, yeah, it'll do it for like, you know, a while, but it can't keep doing it forever.
I think
not as long as you can.
Yeah, maybe I should stay here and you guys should get the orange eyeball person and bring it over here and then I'll extract the eyeball and then we'll leave.
Yes. Let's do it.
Awesome. So yeah,
I will stay on the fire suppression.
So yeah, all of this like is like all the sprinklers start spraying out like foam like rain, and the whole thing starts getting everything starts getting covered in this like sticky foam. But on the plus side, the fire starts to die down enough that you can make it to the ship easily enough. Yeah. What do?
Cool. I want to turn up the collar on Mike from the ceiling and start to like pick my way through debris towards this person.
Sorry, I was trying to mute myself and instead
nice role playing.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you make your way towards this thing, and yeah, you find this person. She's probably like early or mid 20s. She has like amber skin and like quite plump. And yeah, she's like and she's like still like grasping, trying to like pull herself up or something. And yeah, she has this this huge like obsidian black sphere embedded to her head, and you can see all of these like which has like a pulsing orange light for like a pupil, but you can see all of these like mechanical like tendrils like coming out of it, and like and at the moment at least they're like squirming and seem to be like digging deeper into her head. Yeah.
So it was in the ship and now it's in her face, or it was in the building and now it's in her face.
Yeah. And you can see the thing that she's trying to like grasp towards is, I think it's still partially smoldering because the fire's not completely out yet. Is like a briefcase that's like got like papers in it that have like partially burned, but she's like trying to grab that. Inside there's a pilot, and you can see that the pilot was just the pilot was killed with one shot, like through the head. Which doesn't line up with the fact that you saw shots coming from the ground, whereas this shot was clearly from above.
Is she armed?
She has like a blaster on her side, but she doesn't seem to have that open. Have that out.
But do I think, like, with a quick knowledge of weaponry and whatever, that she shot the pilot in the head
no.
using this gun?
No.
Or
Nah,
Okay, cool.
if she did, she would have had to like get down on the ground to make that trajectory, right? She'd have to lie down and shoot
right.
up at him
Uh-huh.
to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, which
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, she spots you out of her peripheral vision, and like tries to like scramble backwards to get out to get away from you, and like puts her hand over her face and like tries to scramble backwards. But she can barely move herself inches.
Right.
Given the fact that she's got like massive sections of ship like embedded into her like torso.
Oh gosh. Okay. Cool.
Super cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this was intentional.
Yeah.
Thane says, "Let's get this suitcase and get out of here." It looks like she's not gonna make it for much longer.
Is it? I thought we were after the eye thing.
Is that the eye thing in her head?
The eye thing's in her head.
I think so. I give you a look that's like, what? And I turn back to this lady and kind of reach a hand out to her, and I want to do like a command roll and sort of say to her, "You're not going to make it out of here without us, so let us help you."
Okay, yeah, roll a command.
Cool.
This
what am
is, I mean, it's controlled, right? There's no immediate danger of you talking to her. Actually, it's risky because she might just die.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Words, death.
yeah, I think the effect is limited. Because she has some pretty strong like motivations to not.
Okay. All right, cool. So I've got 1 in command, which means I'm going to be rolling 1 die, right? Unless I get
so
any bonuses
1 to 3 is not good time. 4 and 5 is success with the complication. And 6 is outright success, and then 2 6s is critical.
And I can push myself on this to give myself a bonus.
Yep,
die?
you can spend 2 stress to be like really like put yourself into it.
Cool. Is it? I know this is like massively metagaming, but I'm going to ask anyway. Tell me if I need to not ask.
I don't believe in metagaming.
Cool. All right, great. We have a certain number of stress.
Mhm.
Is it foolish for me to use a bunch of that right up at the front end? Like, how do we get that back, and how often?
So
do we
during
get that back?
during downtime, you have by default 2 downtime actions. One of those downtime actions can be used to recover stress, and that is between 1 and 6 stress that you can recover.
You roll it.
You roll it.
You roll for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what happens if I fill out my stress bar? What happens to me? Do I just pass out, or?
You basically become, effectively, you don't become like incapable of doing anything, but you become incapable of like doing any mechanical actions.
Right.
You basically get like KO'd for the rest of the mission. And then on the next downtime, you get all of your stress gets cleared, and you take a trauma.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use some stress anyway because, I'm a reckless, tough guy. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to spend those 2 stress, and I am going to add. Oh no, where did my dice rolly screen go? It disappeared. So this is controlled. No, this is risky, but it's limited.
Yep.
And I have
controlled
die.
limited. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Let me go back. Bonus 1. Okay, fingers crossed. I thought I clicked it, but I don't have a result. Oh, yes, I do. Yay!
5. Awesome.
Rad.
Yeah. So she's going to. Oh, I know what this is. She pulls out her gun, and she shoots the suitcase.
Oh.
And then she tosses the gun aside and just is like, "Do what you want," right? Like.
Cool.
She's like, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Sure, whatever. You don't have the suitcase because no one has the suitcase.
Just to be sure, can you repeat what our contact told us we were supposed to be getting? The hacker told us.
You're supposed to be getting. I can't remember if it had a specific name. It was an eye of something.
Right.
Yeah, I think they just called it the. I think they just called it the eye.
They called it the eyepiece, I think.
The eyepiece was the name. Yes.
But it certainly wasn't a pile of papers.
No, and like it's definitely confetti that goes up when you when she shoots the thing.
I fix her with a very hard look. I'm not happy.
Yeah, and she's like, "I'm ready to die. You can do what you like with me." Like, I think she looks up at you and just says, "I will go with you now. I can't walk."
I say to her, "You may live to regret that, and I may help you." And then I reach out and grab her arm.
Mm-hmm. And
Go, Cherry.
Yeah. What was Cherry saying?
I was just gonna say that Orav may be small but also strong, so walks over and just picks her up.
Good.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yep. Fantastic.
Cool.
Which I think is scramble.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you want to get her up and off the thing and like through the room without her getting injured, yeah, scramble.
Yeah.
Do it.
What position are we at?
Her not dying is desperate.
She doesn't have to be alive for me to get the eyeball out.
Would anyone like to stabilize her torso for me?
I mean, yeah, they could help by doing that.
Pull it off of her head and leave.
Yeah, what do people do?
There are doctors on the way.
Your mechanic is also a doctor, just saying.
Yeah, but why do we have to fix her? We just need the eyepiece. We don't need her.
Have you got dots in Dr. Cammy?
Cold.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. The character from Fury Road that's like a mechanic but for bodies. Can't remember what they're called.
That's cool.
Yeah. Played by Angus Sampson. Yeah, that one. But yeah, so
Nice.
Cherry, you're hauling them. Is anyone with Scramble? Is anyone doing something to like help her out with that, or yeah?
Well, if not, we can take a risk, but just wanted to check.
I am over here doing the pump, so you have to bring her over here.
Go for it, Cherry.
Effect.
Effect is standard.
Okay.
Nicely done. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, you can you're like you can like haul her around with pretty simple ease, and like you don't have to like jog her, right? Like because like if you were like if it was rough, she'd be bleeding more, but because you're just like doop 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 doop, right? Like it's it's easy enough. Yeah, what are you doing with her?
Orav lacks kind of like the social intricacies of interacting, because
Up to you.
species interact with light in their body, so like they don't really have this kind of like nuanced thing. So like I think it kind of just looks like they pick her up and just like I say just kind of shuffle across the room and like plop them down next to Tin Can, just like really carefully and slowly, but just like, and then walks away and just leaves her.
Yeah, and she makes all these like noises of like trying not to make any noise, but also it hurts a lot. Yeah.
Okay, let's do surgery.
Oh my gosh.
What's the plan?
I would like to. Is this a rig or a doctor role?
It's your choice. It changes the fictional outcome.
This is cold, but we care more about whether you damage the eye than whether this person dies.
Does this count as repairing or building a machine?
No,
Not repairing a machine?
it's not. The machine isn't damaged.
Yet.
But I don't want to damage the machine.
Yeah, that's different.
I'm just asking because I can use my special armor to...
I'm aware. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't use that
Does
if I use rig?
No. What does it give you a thing on resistance rolls?
Yes.
So it might be for a resistance roll.
But then it also I can push myself and ignore the stress from the pushing myself if I expend the special armor.
Yeah, you're not currently repairing a machine. You might want to resist
Okay.
damaging it if you fuck up the roll
Right. Okay.
with a resistance roll.
We'll do that first, and then if she's not dead, I'll doctor her. And if she is dead, we can fuck off.
So this
What is my position?
desperate?
I'm going to push myself.
Okay. Your effect is... I think it's standard. Organic mechanic. Right, yes. Thank you.
That's not so good.
I mean,
Mm.
you get the thing, but she's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. You pull it out, and like, yeah, it comes out with like... It comes out and like you work it so that you can get the thing, and you're like, well, it just these tentacle things should just right, and like 6 inches of like metallic tentacle come out of the skull attached to this sphere. They come out of like a ring around the orbit of the sphere, and yeah, there's like you're like, oh, that's brainstem on part of that.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
Has she got any other cybernetic?
It's a very moment.
Yeah. No, she has no other cybernetics.
I take a gun.
Yeah. But you take a gun. The gun's still back over at the thing.
Oh, never mind. That's for all.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
This is
I
a nice
suggest-
gun.
I suggest that
it was a
throw her
shit
back-
gun. It was like standard. It's the gun. It's the Glock that you give to like a person who technically has to have a gun but should never need to use one.
throw her body. So I have let go of the fire suppression system.
Mm-hmm.
Put her body back in the fire, please, muscly people.
Yeah, you can do that without having to roll if you're just happy to toss it.
No. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
In
Fair.
fact, should we start the fire again?
Make sure it burns quickly. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
See, I don't have to be the moral compass if I'm not technically a Stitch.
Great.
We
yeah.
got the eye. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't think we need to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Buddy.
Let me have a look at some stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, cool, awesome. So yeah, you
I make a point to clean the brainstem off the thing so that like people aren't like, that's got human bits on it.
Yep.
If they
Mhm.
see it, but I obscure it.
What you
I
like
hide
wipe it on just wipe it on your robes.
Yeah.
Let's take our final break there and we can come
Wipe
back
something
and
like that on your room.
we'll
You
we'll
wipe
take-
something like that on someone else's.
Yeah, right? Yeah, definitely. Let's take a break there and we can come back and now that you've got the thing, we can come back and see what happens after the break. We'll be back shortly, team.